And we cut across to breaking news coming in. News just trickling in of a massive hijab controversy fallout as the Bajrang Dal has now issued a call to boycott Muslims at a temple fair. This is the latest that is coming in as Bajrang Dal has now called for a boycott of Muslims in a temple fair. The latest twist in the hijab controversy after we've seen a lot of protests, especially after the verdict of the Karnataka High Court and how the matter is now to move to the top court. But even as we continue to see the resistance on the ground, this is the Bajrang Dal that has now issued a call to boycott Muslims at a temple fair. A big rift now, obviously, after Bajrang Dal activists have called for Muslims to be boycotted at a temple fair. Let's get more details from my colleague Sagai Raj, who's joining us on the broadcast. Sagai Raj, what exactly is the Bajrang Dal saying now on this?
See, there are advertisements which have been put out by many temples, including temples in Shimoga, Dakshin Kannada district, as well as in Udupi. And few advertisements were put out by the temple authorities and administrators stating that they will be calling for an auction. And that's when these activists get involved. When it comes to temple in Shimoga district, Bajrang Dal activists and DS activists has requested that they should, whenever they are going to auction all those fair or any kind of
auction, all those fair or any kind of setting up of any shops in and around that annual fair, that should be given only to Hindus. And this year, what they have done is that they have gone ahead a step and took the tender from the temple and they have given only to Hindus, and they have put out saffron flag outside every single Hindu shops, and they didn't give the tender or shops to any other community. And talking about Dakshin Kannada, one in Bappanadu temple, they have put out an advertisement stating that people whoever don't follow Indian constitution, people who butcher cows, people who get involved in conversion are not given the tender this time to set up the shops outside the temple on annual fair day. And in an advertisement in another temple in Puttur in Dakshin Kannada districts have put out an advertisement stating that only people who are following Hindu faiths are allowed to take the tender. So they have ensure that the other community members are not given tender, and this was an outright protest from Hindu activists. And talking about one more temple in Udupi district, which was an epic center for the hijab row, even in that particular temple, Hindu activists have demanded that they should give only for Hindus. Remember, there is a rule from the district administrator that all shops can be open from people whoever is following any kind of faith. There are no restrictions from any kind of rules from the government, but there are also administration within the temple which takes the decision who gives the tender to the people, so that these people whoever takes the tender allows people to set up the shop where there is a second tender which will be given to the shop owners, shop vendors, where they will set up. So this time the activists themselves have taken and they have restricted only for Hindus and not allowing the other faith members to set up any kind of shops. Back to studio.
Back to Sagai Raj, that there must be restraint, and any provocation from any side must actually be reduced, or really at a time when the whole hijab controversy is now not just escalating but taking different turns. We'll track this story very closely. For the moment, a 1-minute report.